Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your February reading. I hope you're doing well. As always, you can use this for your sun sign, for your rising, and also for your moon. Each month when I'm selecting the deck for the reading, I also meditate on the sign. This month I got the message of brevity actually for Capricorn. And this is a great message actually. It means less is more, and to be concise in communications and also with how you're conducting your life, not to kind of get too lost in any particular moment. And I think that's a good Capricorn trait anyway, very practical sort of thinking and approach towards things. But this month more than ever, stay on track is what that's saying. So let's go ahead and see what the cards themselves have to yield. And while we're doing that, for those of you that are new, just a little bit of information. Okay, I'm going to reshuffle that. A little information on how I structure the reading. First I will draw a Celtic cross, which I'm shuffling for at the moment. Then I look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. So I'll walk you through that when I get to it. Let's do one more really nice shuffle. That was much better. Okay. And I'm going to see what's in store for you over February. So as I was pulling, I got the word cash in my mind. I believe that matters of money, in particular, when I was looking at the Five of Cups card, I think that the disappointment or the sort of frustration has to do with past events. I want you to move past that because I actually see good money opportunities coming through for you. And actually, it was attached to this card when I got that sort of whisper that there'll be probably an older person in your life. The Emperor card usually indicates someone of 5 to 7 years at least, but usually 7 plus. So there could be someone in your life, either a mentor, family member, someone of significant age difference that can be a key to you improving your finances this month. And the interesting thing on this card is it's a very Tauran card. It almost looks like a bull. One thing you want to do this month is be very bullish and very aggressive with your finances because I do think that you can turn things around. It was a very positive message that I got when I looked at it. So that may come from a Tauran in your life, but for you, Capricorn, this is really about just having that bullish attitude and being very sort of bold and optimistic. As we look at everything here, what was crossing the center was the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a card that basically is telling you to take action, not to be afraid, not to be stuck, to move forward. When I look at your deep past, it looks like a lot of you have already done some of the thinking required to get to the next step in your life. I feel like your health is generally in pretty good condition, but one thing you want to watch for is some of you may have some issues with either ankle or knee, sort of either old injuries or there could be a weakness. So be very careful when you're walking not to have anything happen, that's all. So take care of yourselves, be mindful, don't text and walk and all of that. Really good time for new relationships. Some of you may already be in one because I'm seeing your recent past, the Knight of Cups. And based on the illustration, I wouldn't be surprised if it is Scorpio energy for some of you. But what this can also manifest as is boon in creativity, another trend that I've seen this month. Passion can be taken in any way that you'd like it. You can use it to basically be an energy boost, it can be a creative boost, or you can put it into love. So decide how you want to take that passion and basically maximize it in your life. If we pull the camera down here, one thing that I definitely see for those of you in existing relationships is a little bit of discord when it comes to conversations and maybe arguments that have popped up. And it does feel like it is more coming from a masculine point of view, but I want you to make sure that if you are in a marriage and you're feeling like there's a little bit of tension, one of the areas that could be feeding it is money and finances. Do what you can to take control of that so that that's not something that is adding fuel to the fire. For those of you that are single, these two highly sort of control cards are saying, this is a month, and this is also a theme that I'm seeing, when you want to be very much in control of what you're doing. We didn't pull a catalyst card. I'm going to do that right now so I can get a little bit of additional insight on this. Just so you know what the catalyst card is, and I normally pull it right before I do the Celtic Cross, so apologies on that. But the catalyst card is what ties everything together. And so for this one, I actually got sort of like three's a crowd on this. So what you want to do is try not to either listen to someone else's advice if they're giving it and you don't want it, or have too many people trying to control something. So when it comes to matters of finance, this is something I feel you need to be very in control of this month. Or you need to comfortably give that control, relinquish that control to someone else. Basically the separation of responsibilities in your relationship is what's going to lead to happiness this month. When you both are trying to fight for the same thing, it's going to just be a stalemate. So if you can this month, my advice for relationships is each partner decides what they want to sort of tackle and take on, and the other partner is going to hold them accountable to it, but they're not going to sit over the top of their shoulders and criticize every movement. So trust, divvy up, and move on. That's sort of the advice to have successful both business relationships and also romantic or personal relationships. Let's turn the camera down again and look at the rest of the cards. Environmentally speaking, you should have good chemistry, good opportunities when it comes to existing relationships and business partnerships. If you're single, I actually see this as a great time to meet someone with the Two of Cups here in your environment, and also the Knight of Cups in recent past. It shows me that, if you're looking for someone, they may already be there, and you just may not recognize it. That's what the Four of Cups is. The Four of Cups is also a card of unrequited love. So if that's something that you're in, I love that the Queen of Swords is the outcome, which is basically be honest. And it's something we all struggle with. Basically just saying, either you're into someone or you're not into someone, or you're interested or you're not interested. People want clear signals. And it doesn't have to be in a harsh way if that's what's going on. Likewise, if you are interested and they're interested, the sooner you say it, the sooner you guys can move on to the next step of the relationship. So just be really clear. Remember, brevity is your friend this month. So if you're interested in pursuing someone or pursuing a new opportunity in your life, a business opportunity, etc., you just have to be upfront, outspoken, and honest. And don't go into too much of a flowery detail. Sometimes just stating what you want, what you don't want, it's a lot easier. Okay? Let's expand your forecast and look at health, wealth, love, and destiny, and then we'll do a review and see how it all comes together. So we'll start first with health, and just a reminder that this is mind, body, and spirit. It's hard to pull those things apart. So this is a month when you can kind of go way out there and try crystal meditations or crystal healing if you've never had that done. So the other thing with crystal, if we're looking at your body, it's about clarity, because crystals typically are clear and they amplify. So I want you to focus on food, drink, and nutrients that are going to heighten, clarify, and detoxify your body. One thing that, and this is something that has come through for a couple of cards, but it is a crystal, I want you to be very careful on sugar and on salt intake this month. Those are the two sort of crystalline foods that you could have. And also, for those of you that meditate, I want you to really focus on the pineal gland and work on strengthening that and seeing it. And if you do any sort of mantras, the vibrations can actually help open up and awaken that area. Sometimes it can kind of feel crystallized. So I want you to work on those areas of your body that can get frozen, crystallized, etc. But if none of that sort of works for you, then I would just try working with a crystal if you've never done that. And I was mentioning in a previous video that it doesn't have to be fancy. Like it's great if you have something like this, a beautiful quartz crystal, but it doesn't have to be something that's that fancy. You can also work with just any standard rock if you want to create a sense of stability and heightened energy in your life. All right, so now let's take a look at wealth opportunities. And for wealth, we have gratitude. The card was reversed, and this usually means that we're in a place where we're questioning or wondering if that exists. And I want you just to start to realize you are lucky. There are great things going on for you. To be grateful for those things and not to mourn, sort of like I was talking about, things that have happened that may not have gone the way you wanted. Better to focus on the blessings than those things that aren't bringing you blessings. Let's look at your relationship card this month. So for love, we have teaching. And this has come through again and again in different types of manifestations on these cards. So what I want you to avoid in a love relationship is to find a teacher. We actually want to find like a divine soulmate that is just a partner. So one thing that this is showing me is that your job this month may be to show someone something, to teach them a lesson. But after that lesson is done, you want to see if what remains of the relationship is more even. Because in a true sort of symbiotic or unconditionally loving situation, there's not an imbalance. There's not a teacher-student thing. You both are on the same level. So just be aware of that and ask yourself if you're there. As we look at the Destiny card, which can be affected based on your own free will, we have After the Storm. Also reversed. A lot of reversals this month, just showing that there's some hesitation. With the After the Storm card, it is holding the Metatron cube here. And so what you can do is meditate with Metatron, and focus on either having a crystal of light, a three-dimensional sort of star. Let me see if I have it here. I do. Well, the Metatron cube looks something like this. This isn't exactly it, but it's like several stars of David in 3 dimensions. But you can do it looks a lot like this illustration. You can do an internet search and find out what it looks like. But what you want to do is focus on that, and Metatron is great to meditate with. It's sort of a very abstract angelic presence, but you can bring the Metatron cube through your body, and as it goes through each part, it sort of is like a sieve. It will clean out, it will clear out. It's a really positive meditation. And you can also use a 3-dimensional star like this to help amplify that meditation if you'd like. Okay, so with that being said, let's summarize everything that we've seen so far. Your channel information this month is really to try to be friends with brevity if you can, not over-articulate anything, just be straight and to the point. There is an opportunity to let go of some sadness in the past, and I have a feeling it had to do with money, and I think that the more control you have over your finances, the easier it's going to be. I also sense a little bit of tension in long-term relationships. It's really good to divvy up things, as we said. There's a chance for new love to come in. It may not be the kind that you expect. If it's unrequited and you're not interested, make sure to speak up. The other thing is, overall this month it's going to be better to be outspoken. We have the Queen of Swords upright, which is a powerful sword. It's a powerful sign, and it's also indicative of a strong air sign that could be in your life. A lot of times this would be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. With love, like I said, it is a good time to start new relationships, but your focus this month should also be on feeling comfortable in your money, making sure that you're not worrying about that, because I sense a little bit of healing to be done. So remember not to have too many people trying to do the same task at once. Divvying up is important. Working with crystals will be very good. Reducing crystals in your diet, like sugar and salt, also very good. Focusing on meditating, particularly on your pineal gland, will also be good. When we look at wealth, being happy and grateful for what you have, releasing that feeling that maybe there's nothing to be thankful for, the universe responds to thank you. There's a teaching opportunity when it comes to your relationships. You want to make sure that once that's done, you release it and that you're on an even playing field. For your meditations, work with focusing on what's positive and what's possible. Use Metatron. You can look up what a Metatron cube looks like, or you can work with a 3-dimensional star during your meditation, and that's going to help. I believe that's everything. I hope this was helpful for you. If you'd ever like more of a personal one-on-one reading, I do offer those. You can click in the corner to find out more about that. If you'd just like to support the channel and give a small donation, there's also a link for that, but that's optional. Otherwise, to stay in touch with me, I'm on all the social networks, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I also have a newsletter, so you can pick any of those or just subscribe to this channel. Finally, thank you so much for your monthly support, just in the way of likes, subscribes, and basically just these really nice comments that you guys leave. It's encouraging for me, and it shows me that this makes a difference. So keep it up, and more importantly, take care of yourselves. I hope this information gave you what you needed to have a fabulous February, and I will hopefully see you again in about a month's time. Take care of yourselves, and until then.